Welcome back to another Bolt tutorial. In this video, we're going to learn how to use ElevenLabs speech-to-text and also text-to-speech. Here's a demo of what you'll learn how to build. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Transcribing, speech-to-text successful. Now we'll choose our voice and dictate.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
It only takes a few prompts and you can get text-to-speech and speech-to-text working. These fantastic new affordances are a great way that you can make your app feel modern. So let's dive in. Here's our prompt. Create a simple web app with a large text input field. In the bottom right of this input box should be a microphone button. When I click this, it should use the ElevenLabs latest speech-to-text model to convert my speech into text and populate the input field with this text. We're on Max, we're gonna put it in plan mode and let's generate our plan. So here's the plan. We can see it's using the ElevenLabs latest speech-to-text model, which is the Scribe v2 model. So the agent's gone off, done some research and determined the latest model here. On microphone click, it requests the browser's microphone access and shows a clear recording indicator. Looks good. Let's answer these clarifying questions. We'll turn it off plan mode and let's build. While that's working, let's jump over into ElevenLabs. Once you've created an account, go down to the developers option and let's create an API key. Create key. Let's call this tutorial demo and I'm going to give it text to speech access and speech to text access. Feel free to give it access to other use cases if you're using them. Now let's create our key. I'll copy that to clipboard. Now let's jump back into Bolt and you can see the agent's finished building the first prompt. It's asking us for our ElevenLabs API key, which we just copied. So we'll open our secrets, paste in that value, and we'll create our secret. Let's jump back into preview and test this out. We'll click the microphone button and let's start dictating. And we can see it worked on our very first turn. Let's see if this successfully appends speech. Now let's test out adding speech onto an existing sentence. Transcribing, perfect. It's appended our text onto the previous sentence. And it was as simple as that to add a speech to text button inside one of our input fields. Now let's test the other way around, turning text into speech. Here's our prompt. This works great. Now add a similar button which looks like a speaker. When I click it, it should use ElevenLabs text-to-speech feature and read out what's in the input box. Use the latest text-to-speech model. Again, let's put this in plan mode so it can determine the latest model. And now let's generate our plan. The plan's complete. Now it's asking us this clarifying question if we have any preference on the type of voice. So I've said provide a variety of options. We'll turn it off plan mode and let's build. The agent's finished building. Let's now test it out. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Speech to text works great. Now let's test text to speech. The voice selected is Rachel, a calm female. Let's try it out. Speech generation failed. No problem. Let's copy this error, paste it back into the prompt box. Here's our prompt. After clicking the speaker button, I get this error. Speech generation failed 402. Send prompt. As it turns out, it's not the Bolt agent's fault. It's actually saying that we've run out of credits or quota on our free plan for ElevenLabs. It's modified the server function, and now our response says free users cannot use library voices via the API. So here's our prompt. Now my feedback error says, we've described the error message and we've said, is there a free default voice I can use instead? And build. Now this time it's saying the API key you use is missing the permissions voices read to execute this operation. So let's jump back in and modify our API key. We're back in developers in ElevenLabs. Let's click edit. Once we scroll down, here we have voice generation, and we'll turn this on to access. I also mentioned this to the Bolt agent, and it seems like it's changed from the original voices to free voices now. So let's test it out again. Here we have Roger, the easy mail, and dictate.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Nice, it's working. So now we have speech to text working and also text to speech. Let's try it all in one. Congratulations, it seems like we got our ElevenLabs API working. The dictation was successful. The speech to text was 100% accurate.
Congratulations, it seems like we got our ElevenLabs API working.
Perfect. Given the age of AI where speech to text and text to speech is becoming accurate and almost unanimous in some apps, this is a great feature that you can add so that people don't need to type or read on their screen. They can now use their voice or dictate a paragraph, so it's a lot easier for them to interact with their computer. Now, this is just scraping the surface of what you can do with ElevenLabs and all of the capabilities it entails. Here in the sidebar, we can see just some of the options that they provide. Now it's your turn to get creative with it and start thinking about how you can improve how we interact with our computers using all of these affordances provided. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and good luck implementing ElevenLabs or any other speech-to-text API into your project.